Welcome to Football Friday. I'm your host, Chris Owens. Sorry, guys, we had a little technical gift there. I apologize. Welcome to Football Friday. I'm your host, Chris Owens. We have got a great show planned for you tonight. But more importantly, and I'm very excited and I'm very proud to say for the first time in the 20-year history of this great show, we have our very first female co-host. I'm very excited to announce the First Lady of Football, Miss Ashley Floyd. Ashley, thank you for being here tonight.
Hi.
It's great to have you. I'm excited. We're going to have a big time tonight. Ashley, before we get started with scores, I know we got a lot of people at home ready for some scores, ready for some highlights. Let's talk about you just a little bit, kind of introduce you. You are owner, operator of Kids Community Learning Center, Cleveland Highway.
You mean my sister-in-law yet?
That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I know you make a difference in every child's life every day. And also, Ashley, you provide back to the community by hiring some of these young ladies, give them an opportunity.
Absolutely.
You were nice enough to hire my oldest daughter, Peyton, which is great. We appreciate that. I know she does too. Also, married, you have 4 children, 3 boys, 2 and a girl. Your husband, Brandon, TikTok famous. I think a lot of people know Brandon from his Carson videos, right?
Yeah.
And in 2020, Brandon actually went viral on TikTok, right?
He did.
450,000 followers. That is impressive. 450,000 followers. That is great.
Yeah, we would be at the beach and people would be like, "Can we get our picture with you?" I was like, "I'm going to the car."
That's awesome. I'd be happy if we could get 45 followers on this show. It's fantastic. You know, last week I think we had over 3,000 views on this show. This week I'm hoping we can get up to around 5,000. Would be great. Now every week before we get started, I'd ask my co-host, "You want to have an all business serious show, or do you want to have some fun?" What did you say?
Definitely can't stop what's coming.
Can't stop what's coming. So with that said, let's go to the scoreboard. The OptiLink scoreboard. Ashley, walk us through it. We should have that up here in just a moment.
All right, the OptiLink scoreboard: Cedartown 43 over Dalton 9, Southeast Whitfield over Druid Hill 38-17. Let's see, North Murray 40 over Harrelson 29. Bremen over Ridgeland 37-6, Heritage 47, Chat Prep 0, Lakeview Fort Oglethorpe against Coahulla Creek 25-22, and then we have Fannin 47 over Gordon Central, St. Francis 26 over Christian Heritage 7, and then who did I miss? Rome, Model,
The Bottle Murray game.
Model, over 44 over 0 Murray.
Over Murray. Yeah, I tell you, Murray's playing hard, but they're having a hard time scoring this season.
I have been very impressed with their play. I mean, like, they have really come up, I feel like.
Yes. Done a great job. Is there any other scores? Anything that stands out to you tonight, Ashley, when you look at the scoreboard?
Definitely the Coahulla Creek game. That was definitely a very hard-fought game, I feel like. They 25-22. It
Yes.
definitely probably has some great highlights. They're 4-1 with the one loss to the Bruins. So they definitely fought hard. They have some great players,
Yes.
really great players.
Coahulla Creek runs that record 4-1, and more importantly, 2-0 in the region, which is always important. One score that really jumps out to me, you got Southeast 38-17 win tonight, pushes their record to 4-1. Which is a fantastic job that Todd Murray's doing over there. Fantastic.
Absolutely. To go from not playing in region to now.
It's incredible. We've got to go to commercial break. When we come back, we're going to have some highlights coming up soon. Stay with us. Welcome back to Football Friday. Again, I'm your host, Chris Owens. I'm with the First Lady of Football, Miss Ashley Floyd. Ashley, again, thank you for being here tonight.
Absolutely.
This is the history-making night. I'm very excited, very proud. Again, we're going to go over the scores real quick. To be fair, Dalton was on the losing end 43-9, but they were without 4 starters tonight that did not get to play, including Tyson Greenwade and Blanchard at wide receiver and 2 others. You know, when you're playing number 1 Cedartown, you've already got your hands full, but when 4 starters, 2 of your best players on the team, especially Mr. Greenwade, he's not able to suit up, in all fairness, that's a tough out tonight. That's a tough out.
Absolutely.
We're going to go to some highlights. We're waiting on those to get put together, but really quick, I believe hard work always pays off, and hard work should be acknowledged. We've got a few stats we're going to give some love to some of these kids and some of these teams that have earned this. This is from last week. There was a couple of people that I did miss that I want to acknowledge here. Christian Heritage, you got Camp Carpenter, defensive back, had 12 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. He also caught 2 passes for 95 yards and 1 touchdown. So Camp, great job there. Cahowa Creek, Case Kinnaman last week, 19 for 25, 244 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also had 34 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns on the ground.
He's a great player.
He's a great kid, great player. Ringo, Peyton Williams, running back, had 17 carries, 194 yards for 2 touchdowns, also 4 receptions for 86 yards. Again, this is last week. And one more last week. Southeast, Brady Ensley, running back, 17 carries, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also had 2 two-point conversions. So Bradley, fantastic job there.
Awesome.
He's a big piece of that puzzle. Todd Murray's got that machine. Raider Rage at 4-1. So hats off. Congratulations. Great job. Moving along real quick, we're going to go to teams, and this is entering tonight's games. We're going to give a little love out to some of these local teams. Calhoun entered the night 3-2, ranked number 7 in Class 5A. Cedartown coming into tonight was 4-0, ranked number 1 in Class 4A, and that's just a juggernaut. Offense, Dalton comes into the night ranked number 6 in Class 5A at 36.75 points a game. That's fantastic. Northwest at number 7 in the state, Class 4A, 35.8 points a game. Heritage comes in number 9 in Class 4A offense at 34.5 points a game. Also, Heritage on defense, number 7 in Class 4A at 11.75. I know Northwest Heritage, that's going to be a big game. We had the prayer was answered last year on the pass to Ray Morrison down the sideline to beat them. I think this year is going to be another last man with the ball.
I was going to say it's always a big game.
Last man standing. But you got Heritage, the only team, you've got offense and defense. So great job. Cahowa Creek, number 7 in Class 3A, 37.5 points a game scoring coming into tonight. Cedartown, number 3, Class 4A. This is in defense, allowing only 7 points. They gave up 9 tonight, so that shouldn't change much. Cartersville comes in number 2 in Class 5A, giving up 7.2 points a game. Offense, number 4 in Class 5A at 38.4 points, and also they're ranked number 1 in the state in Class 5A. Moving along, individual stats. Tyson Greenway, Dalton running back, comes in tonight, rushing number 7 in the state, 828 yards. Did not get to suit up tonight, but he's 2nd in Class 4A. He's only 33 yards behind the leader in Class A, so that's impressive. That's phenomenal. Owen Brooker, Northwest quarterback, coming into tonight, passing 1,427 yards. That's number 2 in the state of Georgia. Class 4A leader. Congratulations there. Trey Townsend, Calhoun quarterback, number 10 in the state with 1,181 yards. Seth Griffin, North Murray quarterback, comes in 1,162 yards, number 11 in state, but he's the Class 2A leader. Again, that's fantastic. I know when those two played, that was a lot of yards. A lot of yards. Case Kinnaman, Cahowa quarterback, 893 yards, number 37 in state. Great numbers there. Judson Petty, North Murray wide receiver, comes in tonight, 435 yards, receiving, number 18 in the state, but that is good enough to be the Class 2A leader. So North Murray, you've got Seth Griffin, Judson Petty, kind of a two-headed monster there in offense, both 2A leaders. Congratulations to both of them. Hudson Gray, Northwest wide receiver, 396 yards, number 28 in state, coming into tonight.
All-around great players.
Yes, ma'am. And Isaiah Foster, Northwest wide receiver, number 52 in the state, with 345 yards. So, again, hard work always pays off, and hard work deserves to be acknowledged. So it's great to see our entire community, our entire region, not matter what class you're in, but again, to see success on the field, the hard work paying off in the weight room and in the practice field. Also, Northwest Bruins had a bye week tonight, so work on a few things this week, come back next week, ready for region play. Tomorrow, we've got Hammond Creek, 6th grade middle school, 7th grade middle school, and also Dalton Junior High. Play tomorrow, 10 a.m., noon, and also at 2 p.m. Those games are at home at Dalton Junior High versus Rome. And in studio tonight, not only do we have the First Lady of Football, we've got the 6th grade Player of the Week at Hammond Creek, Mr. Drayden Gazaway. Drayden, thank you for being here tonight. I know ESPN called. You chose Football Friday, so thank you very much for that. Mr. Gazaway had 2 TDs in a 38-0 beatdown of Hillgrove. So, Drayden, keep up the hard work, buddy. Congratulations to you, too.
Great job.
It's fantastic to see. I think we're going to go to commercial here in about a minute, but when we come back, we should hopefully have highlights ready to go. I see that.
We got the Coahulla Creek, Fort Oglethorpe highlights available.
Yes, excited for that, and we'll see what Coahulla's got. I think we're going to have some Dalton highlights later, and also we're going to touch base on Christian Heritage highlights. We hope on the North Georgia Coaches Call, we're going to talk to Todd Murray at Southeast. It's always a great phone call with Todd. And somebody that's becoming one of my favorite people here, Ashley, Danny Williams at Coahulla Creek. Love everything he's doing with that program. Again, we talk about him every week.
I've heard a lot of great things about him.
On that march to the playoffs, 10-year history of that program. This is going to be the year it happens. They're going to get in, not only they're going to get in, I think they're going to make some noise. So it's good to see that. And again, thank you for being with us. We come back from this short commercial break. We're going to have some highlights, touch base on that, see how these guys are doing. So we'll be right back. Stay tuned for more Football Friday. Welcome back to Football Friday. Great to have you tonight with Miss Ashley Floyd. Thank you again, Ashley, for being here. I believe we're going to go to some highlights tonight. We're going to go straight into the Biltwell Bank highlights, and we should have Cahola Creek coming up here in just a moment. Big game tonight. They travel to LFO, take on Lakeview, Fort Oglethorpe. Here we go. Should be the opening kickoff here. All right, there's Kinnaman out of the gun. Nice little play. I think that's the slot machine, Patterson.
Yeah. On the keeper. Taking it to the house.
Lee Phillips might want to consider adding Aiden Patterson on his little glue commercials. The kids got to stick them for hands. Nice play. I know, yes, ma'am. Peyton Gordon had a big game tonight. I believe he had 3 touchdowns. Also, Case Kinnaman had a touchdown tonight. I think there's Peyton.
Is that Peyton? Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Fighting for some yards. Yeah, Peyton had 3 TDs tonight. Peyton Gordon. Case Kinnaman had 1. I know, I think Cahola missed the extra point early in the game and then kind of chased it the rest of the night. Twice they went for 2, didn't make it. It was like the left tackle pulling down the side, number 15. Nice pass play there. Hit the tight end for touchdown.
Look, that was Bogut and barely missed it.
Good teams always answer, and here comes Cahola with a strike of their own. To Tilly. There's Kinnaman out in flat again to the slot machine, just moves the change. Kinnaman again on all cylinders. Fighting.
Yeah, that was Tyson King. He was fighting for that one for sure.
Peyton
Back to, Peyton.
Bouncing it outside for another touchdown. So great to see Cahola Creek again in the win column, pushing it to 4-1.
Yeah, I knew that was probably a really great game to be watching.
Yes.
They looked like they really fought for it.
Yes, they did. I think a few penalties tonight. I'm sure Coach will have them running. He'll run that out of a Monday's practice. But all in all, a win is a win. Move on to next week. So, again, Cahola with a big 25-22 win tonight, 4-1, puts them 2-0 region play. First place, worst case, are tied for first. So again, hats off, and we should have a North Georgia Toyota coaches call coming up with Danny Williams here later on in the show. And I believe here in a second we should have Dalton High or Christian Heritage highlights coming up. We've got Christian Heritage coming now, so bear with us. We'll have that up. Again, this is our Biltwell Bank highlights. Here we go. Christian Heritage tonight on the road. I'm sorry, is that at home tonight? Nice defensive stop. They got some size. Look, Ashley, on that offensive line. Look at that. Is that St. Francis? Isn't that a little high? Good defense.
Very, very well covered.
Again, we got Camp Carpenter back there making
That
some big plays.
was great coverage, yeah.
Nice effort there on the block extra point.
And they look really hyped. That's always fun.
We'll kick off here. Christian Heritage.
Pretty good. Return with that. That's never fun.
No, ma'am, and you got defensive back kind of jumped the route right there, and tough break for Christian Heritage. Quarterback, some size on him too, moving the chains. Nice run
That was
there.
a great, yeah.
I tell you, Coach Pogue's a good man. He's got Brett Adams on defense coaching.
Short pass, and he made it right through the hole.
Nice play. Pogue will get them turned around. Adams always has that defense, aggressive, playing hard. Nice little handoff. Good run.
Mm-hmm.
Again, look at the size of that left tackle.
Yeah. Well, the whole line.
Wow. Nice interception there. I believe is that Camp Carpenter with a nice interception. Reminds me of The Blind Side when I see that boy.
Yeah,
Doesn't it?
yes.
Good defense again. Number 11
Yeah,
is
their
just
defense has
all
been
over the
on.
place.
Great coverage.
But unfortunately, Christian Heritage came up on the short end of that one tonight. So, again, get back to the drawing board, play hard, come back next week, clean up some of those mistakes, and get that score flip-flopped.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to that one?
No.
Seem okay?
Yeah.
And hopefully, I think we may be getting some highlights here of Dalton High in just a moment. I think that's being worked on now. No, we're not going to have highlights on Dalton yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet. Will come later on in the show. Again, we're going to take calls in. We're going to get Todd Murray on the phone. We're going to get Danny Williams on the phone. Great night of action. You know, we're already actually in week 6. That got here really quick.
Oh, it has flown by.
Yes, it has. And we're officially at the halfway point in the season. So 6 more weeks to go. Some of these teams with byes, you know, it kind of gets us thrown off. This is Northwest First. I think they come back and play, a couple games, and then they have another. Start region play, and then have another bye coming up. So, again, at the halfway point, it goes fast. It came really quick this year. Seems like it comes quick every year. For the first time, we got a little chill in the air. It felt like football season, didn't it?
Yeah, this morning was nice.
Yes, it's really nice. But, again, we're going to go to a commercial break. We are going to have Dalton highlights, so stay with us. We'll get some coaches on the phone with phone calls, so stay tuned. We'll be right back in just a moment. All right, we've got our highlights coming back on the show. Thank you for being with us. Chris Owens, special guest, Ashley Floyd. We've had a big night of stats, a big night of highlights, and really proud to have on the line on the North Georgia Toyota Coaches Call. We've got Todd Murray at Southeast. Coach, how you doing?
Good. How y'all doing this evening?
Real good. Hey, man, we want to be the first to congratulate you big win tonight, 38-17, at home over Druid Hills. You guys 4-1 on the season. That's fantastic. A lot of people pulling for you guys. So really, really proud of you. Anything you really want to touch on tonight as far as offense, defense, special teams?
We started out a little slow to start the game, but we let them stay around in it. And guys came out second half and they were ready to play. So most part our defense kind of shut them down second half, but our offense got the ball rolling, got running. We were just able to pound at them mostly. Braden Miles ended up taking a quarterback run. He took it for about 70 yards, so that helped us out.
That always helps. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
How did Brady Ensley do tonight? I know he had a big game last week.
Brady was Brady. He was our workhorse again. So he was good. He probably, I don't have the official stats, but he's around 100 yards again.
That's great.
So he had another good night.
Brady's a fantastic athlete all the way around.
Yes, ma'am. He's a really good baseball player as well.
He is.
So.
My son played ball with him for a few years.
Yes, ma'am.
That's good to know. Coach, you get through the game as far as injuries, a few bumps and bruises, but other than that, everybody okay?
For the most part, yep. From what my trainer told me, it's just some bumps and bruises tonight, so hopefully we'll be ready to go.
Good. That's good. And, Coach, I apologize. I'm not looking ahead, but who do we have next Friday?
We got Heritage here.
Heritage?
So we'll have Heritage at home. Yes, sir.
That'll be a fun game.
First region game, so, we're back in the region.
Yeah, back in the region, and, we were going through some numbers tonight. I see Heritage, only team in this area that's got offense and defense both ranked in the top 10 for Class 4A, so pretty solid on both ends.
Our whole region's solid, from Cedartown all the way down. So.
Well, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, thank you for your time. It's always a pleasure.
Big congratulations on your win. That's phenomenal.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Todd. Have a great night. Tell your brother hello. Great job on defense, and we'll talk to you next week after another big win, okay?
Yes, sir. Look forward to it.
Thank you. Go Raiders.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, and I believe we've got another coach on the line here. Should be ringing in just a moment. And again, Ashley, great call with Todd. It's great to see that program really turn things around.
Very impressive.
Coach, good evening. Welcome to Football Friday. This is Chris Owens. We've got this week's special guest, Ashley Floyd. How you doing?
Well, obviously a lot better since we won.
Absolutely, brother. How you doing tonight?
Well, I'll be honest with you, Chris. I'm tired. I mean, it was a very stressful game, back and forth, and I'm just excited that we were able to pull out the win.
Absolutely. I had some friends at the game tonight texting, and I know there was some penalties, a few things to clean up, and I said, you'll probably run those mistakes right out of them on Monday, right?
Yeah, we did have a lot of penalties that were just really not really the way we played before. So that bothers me that we wasn't necessarily locked in. But I mean, I don't want to take anything away from LFO. Those guys played really well tonight.
Yes, sir. But on a positive, a win is a win. But when you can bring anything less than your A game and you still get the win, Coach, I attribute that to coaching, to your program, to the kids. Not quitting. Case Kenneman's doing what Case does, spreading the ball around. Saw the slot machine, Patterson moving the chains, making great catches. We saw Manny, we saw Tilly. You got Peyton Gordon punching it in 3 times tonight. Again, just fantastic to see, man. Fantastic.
You have some really, really great athletes.
Yeah, they made some plays when we needed to, and so did LFO, and like I said, it was just back and forth, and I'm proud of our kids that we kept fighting and was able to get the win, and I'll be honest with you, Chris, this region's just that way.
Hey, Coach, I don't mean to interrupt you. Sit tight. We're going to go to commercial break. Let's finish just a second.
Okay.
I'm sorry. We had Todd Murray on the other line. We're on commercial. Welcome back to Football Friday. Thank you for staying with us tonight. We've had a great show so far. Ashley, thank you again for being here tonight.
Yes, sir.
History-making show. Very proud, very excited to be a part of this tonight. We've still got on the phone the North Georgia coaches call. We've still got Danny Wilson. Coach, I apologize earlier in the show. I was going 100 miles an hour and I said Danny Williams. I do apologize. It is obviously Danny Wilson. But Coach, again, big win tonight, 25-22 at LFO. Nice win on the road. You guys 4-1, more importantly 2-0 in the region. You got some guys you want to talk about on offense tonight, and maybe we'll touch on defense?
Offensively, obviously Case made some plays. He gave us a go-ahead touchdown with his legs. I don't know how far he ran it, probably 20, 25 yards maybe, but it was a really good play. And we had some big catches. Tyson King made 2 or 3 really good catches tonight, and that's probably a name you hadn't heard. You heard Dominguez and Tilly and Patterson, and all those guys are making plays. But tonight, Tyson King made 2 or 3 really big plays that we needed to happen on offense. And defensively, we were in a bend and not break situation. We're scrambling a little bit because we're banged up right now. We're not really deep, and we've had to juggle around. We had some guys that made some plays, but overall it's more of a team defensive effort, and the guys did a good job of holding it together and holding on at the end and win.
Absolutely, Coach. And I know, did you have anything you want to add to that?
Well,
Ashley?
I was just going to say, I think that a lot of your guys, they play both sides of the ball pretty much the entire game, yeah?
Definitely. Again, it's a depth issue with us,
Right.
and we do have a lot of guys playing both ways, and it's tough on them because other teams a lot of times have got more kids playing, but our guys have really done a good job of fighting through that and not using it as an excuse.
Good points. Good question, Ashley. Coach, now that we've won, I'm not one to look ahead, but now you've got this game behind, we can look ahead to next week. You've got a home game. You've got, I believe, homecoming, playing Gordon Lee. They're coming to the Creek. Is that right?
That's correct. They had a big win tonight over Lafayette, so they'll be ready with a lot of confidence rolling in here Friday.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I think Gordon Lee was a 28-22 win over Lafayette tonight. Sounds like another hard-fought, scrappy game. I know Lafayette's always got some tough kids over there. So you've got homecoming. Gordon Lee, hopefully pushing that record to 5-1. So I know you're tired, Coach. You're probably ready to get home to your family. You still, where are you guys now? You back to the stadium?
Yes, sir. I'm sitting in my office right now. I mean, I have to wind down before I go home. I'll probably watch a little film here before I pull out. But I want to thank our fans that traveled to LFO with us, and I know our fans will be ready to go next week. It's every week's a step toward the playoffs for us, and none of them are going to be easy. So we've got to make sure that we're ready each week, ready to play.
Absolutely. Well said, Coach. And thank you for your time, and we'll talk to you again next week after another big win.
Yep, thanks.
All right, thanks, Chris. Thanks, Ashley.
You're welcome.
Have a great night.
Yes, sir, thanks.
You're welcome. Another great call with Coach Wilson. Guy that's becoming one of my favorites.
Yeah. He's talking about having to unwind and being in his office. I can't even imagine as the coach, because even just as a mom, when I get home, I'm just like on edge forever. Yes. So, yeah.
Yes. You got to have that outlet. Some people it's the golf course. Some people it's whatever it is they do, right? But, he's probably pulled in a lot of directions. Call went a little over. We've got Dalton highlights on standby. And there's our announcers, Chris Owens and Ashley Floyd. You gotta love.
That's what you get for
touch.
Announcing my name wrong for 2 weeks in a row.
You gotta love Touchdown Jesus. You'd think you'd get some respect by week 6 around here.
No.
You got a joke for us, Ashley? I love jokes.
I can't do it. Okay, real quick, and it's one of those so dumb that it's funny. But what did the Clemson coach say to the bank teller when he went to the bank?
What did the Clemson coach say to the bank teller when he went to the bank? I do not know.
Give me my quarterback.
Wow. Wow.
That's funny.
When we come right back, we're going to have a new co-host. Thank you. We'll see you.
A new co-host.
We'll see you in just a minute. That's good. I'm teasing. That's good. That's good. Welcome back to Football Friday. You know, Ashley, I think I needed that commercial. I was still laughing so hard from that joke.
You don't have to make fun of me.
I love it. I love it. You know, I kind of made my bed with Clemson, so we got to lay in it sometimes, right?
Yeah.
But no, that was good. I love it. Big shout out, big thank you. We very much appreciate all our sponsors, especially Pizza Hut. You can stop in at one of their three locations, Dalton, Chatsworth, Ringgold. 2 medium, 1 topping, $6.99. Feed your family for less than $20, which these days you cannot beat that deal.
We've definitely enjoyed it here in the studio.
Pizza Hut is hard to beat. You got pizza Friday night at the game. You got pizza all day Saturday, Sunday football. They just seem to go together
Just
very
have
well.
it delivered straight to your house. You don't even have to leave.
It's fantastic. I usually take one home with me when I leave here in a minute to eat on. Then you've got 10 Cup Creek Golf. If you need golf lessons, 706.
Who is it that does the lessons there?
I know a guy.
Oh, okay.
I know a guy. He teaches about every kid in Dalton. Now he's going to teach everyone in North Georgia.
Oh, okay. Be sure and let them know who that is.
So, Chris Owens. As we live and breathe, Chris Owens. I think we've got one more tonight, in-law construction. You know anything about this?
Yes, that is my husband, Brandon Floyd, and then my brother-in-law, Jason Halls. They're pretty great guys.
You know, they've done a lot of work. I know they did big work at Dan Peoples' place. They've done work at my house. They've done some work at my dad's house. Again, pretty much everybody in Dalton and the North Georgia area. They do fantastic work.
They
I
stay
tell you,
pretty slammed.
I've known Brandon for a while, and that is one of the most chilled, laid-back dudes I've ever met. I guess when he's running with you, he has to be, right?
I don't know. He's pretty high strung.
Pretty chill dude when
Yeah.
I see him. Good,
Yeah.
great guy, though. But just fantastic guy. So if you need golf lessons, if you need your house worked on while you're working on your putt and stroke, get a piece of pizza. We've got it for you right here on Football Friday. Now, we're going to go to some Dalton highlights. We're ready for that. We should have that on the screen here in just a minute. There's Dalton at the coin toss. And again, to be fair, Dalton was without 4 starters tonight, including
That's huge.
Mr. Greenwade, which is number 7 rusher in the state of Georgia, number 2 in Class 5A. And again, just miscues on special teams. You got to play all 3 phases, offense, defense. But when you're playing the number 1 team in the state, you got little room for error, Ashley.
Yeah, it's already going to be tough, and then to start off without your starters, that's hard.
Ringo just keeps coming. They got size. They got speed. Run, run, run. There's a little miscue there. Nice recovery for Dalton on that play. A lot of enthusiasm. You got to see passion anytime, regardless of what the score is. Nice gang tackle right there for Dalton.
And that's important, so they don't give up. You know, they keep that hype going, and it helps keep them motivated, and they won't give up.
Absolutely. That's a great point, Ashley. Nice tackle there by Dalton.
Looked like that almost could have been a flag for Cedartown.
A lot of nice gang tackling there for Dalton.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't think the score truly is indicative of how hard they played tonight. There was no quit in them. Nice run there around the end. You know,
Nice pass.
you don't play for moral victories, but 2 points here. Dalton did win the second half 9-0. Nice long field goal. They did.
Oh.
Wow. Game of inches. And they did cover the 35-point spread. Nice little bounce outside. A lot of kids got some playing time tonight for Dalton, so it's always good to build that depth, build that experience. Nice play, nice pass, touchdown.
Yeah, let them all show off the hard work they've put in.
So, again, Dalton came up a little short tonight on the wrong end of that one against Cedartown, but again, you're playing the number 1 team. You and I both bleed the blue and the orange, Ashley, and we're going to get first-hand look at Cedartown in about 6 weeks, our last home game of the season. So
it'll be tough, but I definitely have faith in our Bruins.
Always. And Coach Robinson, the all-time winningest coach in Bruin history.
Absolutely.
So,
he's pretty phenomenal.
good with those X's and O's. He sure is. And again, a lot of good highlights tonight, a lot of good calls with our coaches. I don't know that we're going to be able to get Mr. Carpenter on the phone tonight. Again, they're traveling back from Cedartown, so we may not be able to get that call in tonight. I don't think we have any more highlights that we're going to go over tonight. But again, on this show, anything else jump out at you tonight as far as teams, players?
Let me look.
What do we got going on at the off week?
We can go to the Opulent scoreboard real quick. Cedartown 43 over Dalton 9. Southeast 38 over Druid Hill 17. Model 44 over Murray 0. North Murray 40 over Harrelson 29. Bremen 37 over Ridgeland 6. Heritage 47 over Chat Prep 0. Lakeview Fort Oglethorpe got the loss from Cahola Creek 25-22. Fannin 47 over Gordon Central 0. And then you have St. Francis 26 over Christian Heritage 7.
Thank you, Ashley. Good job with the scores there. Again, Cahola Creek, nice win. Southeast, again, nice win. Dalton, a little shorthanded tonight in their game. Christian Heritage fought hard, came up a little short. You know, in any game, they say there's 2 or 3 plays that ball could bounce either way and could make a big difference in the game.
for sure.
Yeah, and and again, not to harp on them, I'm telling you, Heritage is going to be a tough one. We've got next week's games real quick. OptiLink scoreboard. Take a look at that. We're running out of time. We're going to have to go to commercial, but when we come back, maybe we can throw that back up and go over that real quick. And we're going to go to commercial break here in just a second. Stay tuned. We'll be right back for next week's games. Welcome back to Football Friday. Ashley, we're on the home stretch here. Show's wrapping up. And I tell you, it's been a pleasure having you tonight. You've done a fantastic job.
Thanks.
You had fun?
Yeah.
You've done a fantastic job. We'll have to get you back on here again. It's been great. We got a few minutes here before the show ends. I think we're going to go back over next week's games. We didn't get a chance to really talk about that any.
So for next week, we have Dalton at Cedartown, Druid Hill at Southeast, Model at
I'm
Murray.
sorry, Ashley. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're fine.
I think we've got this week's games up.
Well, I'm glad you interrupted me then.
That's okay. I think
'cause
we've
then I
got
would have
this
been
week's
saying the wrong
games
thing.
up. We got a little technical hiccup, but we'll get that back here in just a minute. I know next week I'll be calling with Coach Wilson at Cahola Creek. We've got Cahola Creek is hosted homecoming. It's going to be a big game. They're taking on Gordon Lee, so I know the Creek will come out. They'll pack the house. They're going to go to 5-1.
The Bruins are going to Sonoraville.
Bruins are Snow. We'll talk about that in a minute.
I'm
if you'd like
super
to.
excited about that game. Of course I always want the Bruins to win, but that's a big one. They've beat a couple of our local rival teams, and I want us to
I like to hear
destroy
it.
Sonoraville.
Destroy them. I like
Yeah.
that, Ashley. I love that.
I want to know that we're on the top.
How would you describe the Northwest offense?
Well, I think we're pretty strong. I think that we have 4 really strong wide receivers. Of course, they have their on and off weeks. One might get more balls than the other, but they go to where they're strong. Who's on
Absolutely.
fire? Who's leading the game?
Absolutely.
And then you have the subs that come in, Ken Douglas and the different ones that sub in. They're awesome. Our running backs are phenomenal. We can't wait for Collins to be back. He's great, but I mean,
I think Collins is fighting that high ankle sprain, which can be worse than a break. And, I don't know if he'll get back on the field. I think he had a little
I think he's
setback.
supposed to come back Norville.
Is he? Well, I hope so. I hope I'm wrong. I thought I'd heard he'd had a little setback.
Oh.
But, again, I could be wrong. But those high ankle sprains are no joke.
Yeah.
They are no joke. Talk about the Bruin defense a little bit.
My son also plays defense. Hudson Gray also subs in with defense. They're both really strong. Our line is pretty great. Owen has a ton of time in the pocket most of the time to really look at the field and see all views of it. That's on offense, of course, but that the defense line, they're strong. They go in.
You got the anchor, Jax Brooker, in the middle, doing what he does.
He and Connor
heads.
Cummins. Ike Ralston was on fire last week. They're great. They're strong.
Yes. Got Reese Cowart back there. Now we're back.
So for next week's games, Dalton at Hiram, Northwest at Sonoraville, Heritage at Southeast, North Murray at Murray, Calhoun at Cartersville, Gordon Lee at Cahola, Gordon Central at Harrelson, Lakeview Fort Oglethorpe at Ridgeland, and
Is that Ezell
Harding at Christian Heritage.
Some good matchups. Some good matchups there. I'll tell you a couple that stand out at me. Again, the Northwest Sonoraville is kind of a mirror match. That's going to be a good litmus test for both teams.
Yes.
You've made a great point. Sonoraville has beat up on a few, they've beat some teams local here.
Mm-hmm.
They had a big setback last week against Calhoun, but I'm really excited to see our Bruins in action again next week. The North Murray game, kind of one of those you can kind of throw the records out the window when you get the Civil War out there playing North Murray. I know Murray has had a tough time putting points on the board this year. Don't believe they scored tonight. And North Murray, that seems to be their specialty.
Yeah, they're pretty great.
Yeah, so quarterback wide receiver combo is very strong at North Murray. Polk's done a great job there. So those games will be coming up next week. Hopefully, I think the weather's supposed to be fantastic like it was today all week. So you got anything else you'd have to add to the show? You did a great job tonight.
Thanks. My husband got me nervous about it because he said, when I told him I was going, I was like, you really don't know enough about football to do this. And I said, I know enough to know that Georgia's ranked higher than Clemson, and that's all that matters.
She is 2 for 2 tonight.
That's what's important.
Let's go to commercial break. That's good. I like that.
We're not on commercial.
No, I was hoping we could go to
No,
commercial.
we're not.
I'm hanging right here.
No.
I'm hanging.
No, not doing it.
2 for 2 tonight. Chris is roasted. I like it, though. It's all fun. I think Clemson tomorrow, we got a high noon, and I almost feel sorry for Wake Forest for what's coming tomorrow. Both teams are ranked. You got Georgia's got Kent State. That game is, I think, also at 12. Be over at 12:15. Tomorrow's going to be a lot of action. You got a lot of fun. We're getting some ranked teams going tomorrow. I know Tennessee, Florida is a big game.
That's going to be. Florida struggled last week.
Florida struggled. I know Tennessee's high, but I tell you what, I will give free golf lessons to anybody that will call the show in the next minute. Any Tennessee fans that were actually alive the last time they beat Florida. Any Tennessee fan that was actually alive the last time they beat Florida, I don't care if it was at home or away, call me, you get free lessons. You got 1 minute. But I don't think there's anybody out there.
It's going to be a fun game to watch.
It's going to be interesting. I know Knoxville's going to be going. I know Rocky Top, good God help us, is going to be blaring.
Everybody will be in their orange come Monday.
Yes, they will. I know Jason Brooker is ready for that game. I know he's watching right now. He's excited. We got 15 seconds. Anything you want to add, Ashley? Any more of those headliner jokes? You good?
I don't have nothing.
It's been a great show. Touchdown. Love you. Great job tonight. We got Zane Langham in the house, keeping the sound in check. So thank you, Zane. Have a good night.
What? What did he say?